So the study is the OCEAN study. It's a randomized trial in patients with 2 to 4 previous lines of treatment who are lenalidomide refractory and refractory to the last line of treatment. They were randomized between pomalidomide dex, which is the standard, and Melflufen dex, which is the sort of intervention. So a head-to-head study between pomalidomide and Melflufen. So it's a phase 3 study, randomizations 1-to-1. Patients were treated in both arms until progression or death or intolerance of the drugs, and they were followed for PFS and overall survival. The results were a bit complicated. So the primary endpoint of the study was progression-free survival, and in progression-free survival there was a significant benefit in getting Melflufen dex, the new drug. However, the overall survival, even though not significant, trended a little bit towards being better for pomalidomide dex, the standard treatment. So this led to more closely looking at the data and the subgroups in the study. And about half the patients in the study had received a transplant previously. So looking at data in transplanted versus non-transplanted, we saw that the PFS benefit we saw in the Melflufen dex arm was in the patients that had not received a transplant previously. And if you looked at overall survival in that population, we also saw a trend towards a better survival in Melflufen dex. So after discussions with EMA, this has led to the approval of this drug in patients that has not received a transplant or did have at least 3 years before they progressed after a previous transplant. So to sum it up, PFS benefit in intention to treat population, non-significant trend towards better survival in pomalidomide dex, but in the non-transplanted or transplanted with a long time to progression, there was an even clearer benefit of PFS and also a trend towards benefit of overall survival in Melflufen dex, which has led to the approval of this drug after 3 previous lines in Europe. So the clinical impact of these results are that there is a new drug with a new mechanism of action available on the European market. This is even today when we have many options, especially with the new immunotherapies that has arrived to the market, we still need new options. And the reason for this is that even with immunotherapy, people still relapse after this. So most people with myeloma are still dying from the disease. So all new drugs that are efficacious brings a value to the patients. So that's the general sort of result from this study, is that we now have a new drug on the market which can help patients, especially when they don't have other options available. So I think the next thing for the study is maybe not so much the study results are complete. I think the next step for this compound, this drug, is to get availability around Europe, because as of today, it's only available in a very few countries, firstly the German-speaking countries. So the next step will be to make this drug available also to the rest of Europe. I can just add that having used this drug a lot, if you disregard cytopenias, which is a common problem with this drug, as with many other myeloma drugs, it's a drug that has very few other side effects. So it's a easy drug for the patients to tolerate, especially subjective, how they feel with the symptoms and so. So if you can handle the cytopenias, it's a sort of very manageable drug.